What's up, Vinyl Community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live as always from the Man Cave. Today, the very first episode of a new series that I hope to jump off. Matter of fact, there is no hope. I am jumping off today, and I'm going to keep it going. Is called Beyond Blue Note. And what I want to accomplish with this series is so many artists that came out and made so many classics on Blue Note that I love, you love, we all love, everybody enjoys, that go for hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars. I want to focus on their work beyond Blue Note. The labels outside of Blue Note, maybe some of these guys did something on Atlantic, on CTI, on Milestone, yada, 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 yada. I'm going to roll them off an artist at a time. And the artist that I'm choosing today is the late, the great Freddie Hubbard. Can't wait to talk about him. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday afternoon. Cold beer, Middle James Brewing, American IPA. Middle James, believe it or not, for those of you who are local or have been to Charlotte, North Carolina, is based out of Pineville, North Carolina. Pineville is basically just known for shopping malls and being the place where I became reacquainted with my now wife. I ran into her in a shopping mall. She thought it was cute that I was taking my little sister shopping, and I thought she was gorgeous. And fast forward 15 years later, here we are. So, anyway, Freddie Hubbard, you guys all know him, you all love him. I know I do. One of my absolute favorites on his instrument, on his respective instrument. But you're going to know him. A lot of you are going to know him from that, or that. Hell, maybe that. One of my personal favorites, top two, Hubbard for me, Hub Tones. Or probably my absolute favorite, Open Sesame. Most of you guys are going to know him from those. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to run through a stack of albums that he produced, that he performed outside of the Blue Note label, and one or two of them not so great, but he made he made the albums. A few of them some of my absolute favorites by Hubbard, and a couple of them some of my absolute favorites on the respective label in which he made them for. Let's go ahead and get it started. A couple of years ago, before COVID, so let's call it 2019, I was at the Charlotte Record Fair with my boys Dylan, Josh, Dave, John. Yeah, I think that's it. And everybody went their own separate ways, and everybody came up with a stack of fire. That was a great day, by the way. And I came up with two Freddie Hubbard Impulse Classics. Let's go ahead and get started with one I believe Hubbard put out in 1962. It's called The Artistry of Freddie Hubbard. Let's just go ahead and get rid of some of this glare. We all know we want to. Phenomenal record. One of my favorites, absolute favorites on the Impulse label. It's an OG mono press. Splat out on that gatefold. Absolutely phenomenal record. I love it. Curtis Fuller, Tommy Flanagan, John Gilmore, Art Davis, and Louis Hayes. And again, I believe he put that out in 1962. I could be wrong. Anybody, if I am wrong, please correct me. I think this one came out in 1962 because I believe the following came out in 1963. Again, I could be wrong. I bought these both same day on the wall from this respective seller. Cut me a hell of a deal if I bought both of them. Body and Soul, Freddie Hubbard. And once again, because we got that glare coming in, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Absolutely phenomenal record. Splat Owl on the gatefold. A lot bigger of a lineup here. Wayne Shorter's on this one. Bob Northern's on this with Cedar Walton. Absolutely huge lineup on this one. I prefer, out of the two of them, I prefer The Artistry of Freddie Hubbard. But let's just say I ain't kicking either one of them out to bed. Love both albums, absolutely phenomenal. Huge integral pieces of my collection. Cheers again to you guys. Next up, a lot of people I know will call this their absolute favorite Hubbard record. I ain't going that far, but I love it. Backlash by the late, great Freddie Hubbard. I got it for $13, stereo press here at Raleigh, North Carolina, about... Damn, when did I do my Raleigh trip? 2 years ago, I want to say. And again, with this one, another gatefold style type dig. Not nearly as awesome as the gatefolds for Impulse, but an absolutely phenomenal record. Hubbard, Spalding, Albert Daly, Bob Cunningham, Otis Ray. Absolutely phenomenal record. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. If any of you guys see it, time to jump on it. Gotta have it. Next up, the hub of Hubbard. It's on MPS. It's a stereo press. I want to say I got this one that exact same day from that exact same shop there at Carolina Soul in Raleigh, North Carolina. For a second, I thought I was going to neglect to mention the name of the shop, which would have been criminal, even though most of you guys, if you're seasoned jazz collectors like myself, you are fully aware with the consignment shop and the greatness that is Carolina Soul. Freddie Hubbard, Richard Davis, Eddie Daniels, Roland Hanna, and Louis Hayes. Guys, gotta have it. Gotta get it in your life. Next up, a lot of people consider it his finest outside of Blue Note. It's within my 2 or 3, I'll tell you that much. Red Clay, Freddie Hubbard with Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, and Lenny White. What? I will tell you guys, it's hard to beat that shit. I will tell you that much. It's tough as hell to beat that. I absolutely love the record CTI, guys. I cannot sing its praises enough. If you see CTI, you got an artist or two that you recognize on the personnel, just Tonto jump on it, guys. I can't even begin to tell you enough. It's just about worthy of a blind buy, especially with the way prices are going up on this vinyl, guys. You got to get it into your life. Next up, Freddie Hubbard, Straight Life. Once again, on the CTI tip, what I love so much about this one is I got it freaking $2.99. Dylan, if you're watching, which you're not because you're too busy making YouTube videos. $2.99. I don't know why the hell you had it at $2.99. It's a beautiful original press on CTI. George Benson, Ron Carter, Jack DeJohnette, Herbie Hancock, Joe Henderson, and Richard Pablo Landrum. It's an absolutely phenomenal record. I flat out freaking love it. I highly recommend it to anybody. I mean, granted, it's a $15 record, easy, all day, and twice on Sunday. But $3? Wow, I kind of feel like I should turn myself into the authorities immediately, if I'm being completely honest with you. Next up, more CTI tip. Freddie Hubbard, Skydive with Ron Carter, Billy Cobham, George Benson, Keith Jarrett, Ray Barretto, Erto, and Hubert Laws. Again, more CTI. It's an absolutely phenomenal record, just like every record I've shown you in this stack. It's a recent acquisition. I have not had the time to throw it on the turntables just yet, but that is coming. Shit, maybe as soon as I wrap up this video. Absolutely phenomenal album. I love it. Next up is one that reviewers were not very kind of, but you know what? These artists are human, and to me personally, this isn't a bad record. I don't mind it, but again, I mean, it's towards the bottom of his discography. Freddie Hubbard, Windjammer. The cover's festive. The music is stale and predictable by the time it came out, and I think 1979? It's either 76 or 79. I can't remember, but it's on Columbia. It's not bad for what you'll pay for it, because you shouldn't pay more than $2 or $3. And if you're looking for good cheap jazz and this pops up in the bin for $2, then absolutely buy it. If it's there for $12, I'd say keep on walking. But you know, Windjammer, Freddie Hubbard. And then last but not least, just for again, I got plenty of Hubbard. These are just albums that I want to show in said video. Freddie Hubbard, Skaggly. Cover's cool. Beautiful woman. Yeah. Some kind of smoking substance hanging out of her mouth, and not too bad of an album in my opinion, especially not for what you're going to pay for it. Again, it's on Columbia. It's better than Windjammer. It's not an absolutely phenomenal album. It's not better than Hubtones, obviously, or Red Clay for that matter, but not too bad of a listen, especially not for the $5 to $8 that you should pay for it. If you see it on the shelf for $20, then don't pay it. But anyway, that's all I want to show you guys today. So, Beyond Blue Note, new series that I'm kicking off. And again, this series, what I want is for this series to focus on legendary Blue Note artists and their phenomenal output, or sometimes lesser of output. That's why I showed you guys the last two albums. Is not, I mean, I just want to focus on, you know, these artists are human too. Just because they put out 5 Blue Note classics doesn't mean they weren't capable of A, putting out phenomenal records on other labels, or B, letting out a couple of stinkers on a couple of other labels. And that's what we had with the legendary Freddie Hubbard, but it's 98% fire. And even the 2 that I showed you guys that are closer to the stinker range, they're still not stinker for the right price. So, hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Hope everybody's enjoying a cold drink. It is a Monday afternoon after all. Let's get through the damn work week. So until next time, until next video, cheers. Keep dropping that needle, you guys.